Let's see if we can't do this. Tried doing this on Rumble, and Rumble didn't want to cooperate, so we're going to do this. And we're tired of dealing with the bullshit over at TikTok. So we decided we're going to try YouTube here. And let's see if I can even find the damn chat room. I haven't done this on the phone. I've only done this on the computer, where everything, of course, is real handy dandy. And we're sitting here in the RV park. We brought some dirt in from the desert from the GPAA claim, so we're doing a little testing to find out where we're gonna dig this winter. And we kind of decided over on Rumble we were gonna, put together Q Express and Oro Expeditions, but over here on YouTube we're putting together Mad Republic and Oro Expeditions. And we're going to share this over on Oro Expeditions when we get done. And oh, there's the chat room. Well, dadgum. Hey, where have you been? Well, Sam, it's been an interesting year. We'll just I had some health problems. Oro's mom had some health problems. So it's been an interesting year. Getting back on my feet. I've been through my own version of cardiac rehab for the last 6 months, and doing pretty good. The last couple of weeks has been the first time I've been out in the desert actually doing some digging and some, I guess what you would call a little bit of heavier physical activity. And it's working out okay. I just have to be careful to not overdo, remember my age, and that I have to go slower.
Slower?
Yes, thanks, Sam. Hi, Slim. Good to see you.
There's a canopy right here. It'd be good.
Well, we spent that money on that UV tarp.
Yeah, but I gotta climb.
Yeah, well, you like to climb.
Get Tony to do it. Tony likes it. He likes everything.
Yeah, but getting Tony to do it is he has to pencil you in for like midnight. Yeah, Sam, we're working on that full recovery thing. It gets a little bit better every day. Some days are a little scarier, but yeah, we were going to use the gold well today, but our 6-month-old pump decided to crap out on us, so we have to use...
Right, from the heat being in storage and hot.
Have to use the gold cube instead. It takes a little smaller pump.
They can't take the heat quartzite. That's not good.
Well, you would think since it's a bilge pump for a boat that it should be able to stand up to it.
Nectar to gods.
Yeah, and got the only shady spot over here so the phone doesn't overheat.
Well, let's see what happens here.
Well, it was working before. There it is.
Yeah, it's red, white, blue in control. It's not really enough water, but we just have to feed it slow and make it work.
Well, hi, Debbie. Good to see you. You might need to... Huh? Well, now that I don't know. I haven't seen it this morning. Looks like you might have to adjust either his flow or one of these trays. No, you might have to adjust your tray here over on this side. Your water flow is not quite right. It's flowing. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the thing about when you go to use something after it's been sitting for a few months, because everything we were doing was dry. Okay. I just wondered since the water was going the other way and not with the other
Yeah,
water.
it should be coming out easy.
Yeah. We're kind of mixing a little bit of Mad Republic, a little bit of Q Express, a little bit of Oro Expeditions all together today. Well, we just have to see how it runs.
Yeah, I think it'll plug up. Water's gonna be coming down all the way around. Like I say, it acts like came out picked up.
No, it's the way the gold cube's setting. So we're trying all different kinds of platforms. We have been over on TikTok, and TikTok's such a pain in the behind. We were driving out through the desert one day, and I turned the camera so that you could see Oro, and I guess Oro kind of looked, turned his head a little bit and looked at me, and I keep getting these warnings about unsafe activity and all this other crap. Yeah, so it's just a whole pain in the ass to deal with. But we've been wanting to get more active back on the old platforms and the old accounts, and yeah, we've missed being on too. And by the time we get settled down in the evenings and get supper done and the dog's taken care of, it's like, oh gosh, it's midnight on the East Coast. No, that's a lot better than it was. And so we're trying to, I guess it'll be easier once we go back to mountain time. What is it?
Which pump we using with?
Yeah.
We had that blue one, but it's the same speed.
No, that's the pump we were using.
You using the red, white, and blue one or the blue? The one just labeled called blue.
The red, white, and blue one, I think, is the one that came with it. But you said the blue one's the same size.
Yeah, but it might be even more than that.
Well, how's the battery? You said the battery charge was good. Well, thank you, Sam. Yeah, we've kind of gotten spoiled using the phones and being out in all different locations and whatnot, but it also kind of limits you on what you can do as opposed to the computer. When you're on the computer, you can look up articles and things like that. You're a lot closer to the information. And I'm going to ask a silly question. Why'd you put the red clamp on? Oh, I see what you're going to do. Never mind.
I don't have a clamp on there.
Never mind.
There's no hillbilly on.
Yeah.
That's real bad.
Because we have been keeping track of things, and of course checking out all the news that's going on of the day, and Oro and his watching the news now that the RV park's starting to fill up with the winter people. We have to get Oro to leave the volume down on his yelling at the television.
Ain't enough water. I don't know why.
Well, no, all the hoses and everything's okay, and the pumps are running okay.
Yeah, everything's good. One perfect.
And this is all part of gold mining. Addicted to water. Yeah, you got to be addicted to water out here. Um, you have to make sure that when you're working that you're also conserving your water. But that's why we like to dry wash. We have dry machines to use out here. And the one thing about being on the property in Nevada is that water tables are real shallow on the ground on the property that we have, so we don't have to worry quite so much. And the BLM, Bureau of Land Management, not Black Lives Matter, was good enough to drill 3 wells not too far from our property, so we also have an allotment of water we can get off of them if we need it. But we try to be as conservative with water as we can, being in the desert. And I'm sure the RV park appreciates the fact that we're only using 35 gallons of water and we're recirculating it as opposed to running it out on the ground.
Enough to dump the dirt here down. I don't know if it's enough to hold the gold in.
Well, most of Arizona gold is small. The people with the metal detectors.
White flashlight shining there once in a while. We need to charge. I don't think it's enough water.
Well, it's the pump that came with it, and it should be fine. Seems to be coming fine out the back now. You can always wet your dirt down if you think that would do better.
They said wet don't work, buddy. By the time it gets in here, it's wet. The truck's crap there catches the big stuff.
But right now we're using a force tack gold cube. We were going to use the gold well, but our big pump that goes with our gold well sluice crapped out on us this morning, seized up.
Now you get more pressure. You get more pieces.
Yeah, we can go to a 3 tray instead of a 4 tray.
It's all small gold, so there ain't no chance of us filling it up.
Yeah, that was. It's a little bit more versatile than the 3. But we have 2 lots here at the RV park. We have our toy hauler in one lot, and the beaver tail with the container with our storage.
Storage and shade.
Yeah, it helps make shade on the 5th wheel we're living in. Well, this will be this is the first time we've used it as a 3 stack, so this will be interesting.
Probably be okay considering how small the gold is here.
Yeah, and the one thing the heat is terrible on is plastic, and we were experiencing 125 to 130 degrees this summer, and our buckets are taking a beating for it. Yeah. you can't.
125 to 125.
Yeah, one of the passenger side seat sensors makes it act wonky. You have to keep the seatbelt plugged in all the time. There you go. Now it's coming out like it's supposed to.
That's about right, too. Need to pull another one. Oh yeah. No pump don't have to work.
Yeah, but one of the interesting things that we've kind of been keeping an eye on here, simply because we live in an RV park in southwest Arizona.
You got that one up there and see that.
Yeah. This is the time of year, the 1st of October to the 1st of November is when your snowbirds start coming back to Quartzsite. And plus they're getting ready for, all the vendors and our great big swap meet we have every year from the 1st of November to the 1st of March.
Yeah, and then the big tent sale that goes on for 2 weeks. January.
We have the big tent, January 16th to the 26th.
That's something you don't want to miss if you can make it to town.
It's a giant RV show, and
that's when it's the busiest.
Yeah, that's when we have supposed to have 500,000 to 1 million visitors.
And they said big tent and gold show, 2 big draws.
Yeah, and
gold shows in late February, I think.
It was like the second weekend of February last year we had the gold show.
That's still looking even down there.
Yeah.
It's eating it now. It's doing good.
But we found, and this happened last year too, last spring, a lot of the people that live in Canada. That's what happens when you mix California. That's what happens when you're thinking about California.
Canada, that might be right up there, right on the border.
Yeah, but some of our Canadian neighbors here left a little early when they came up with all their new border things that they wanted to do with the fingerprints and all that. And now that's seems to be one of the new, it's become a permanent rule where they fingerprint you and take your picture as you come back and forth across the border. But the other thing that might be slowing down the winter migration is the exchange rate. Because last time I checked the exchange rate, a Canadian dollar was only getting 71 cents to the US dollar. So it'll be interesting to see if we get the traffic. We're just now starting to notice some of our Minnesota neighbors starting to come in. And one of our friends she lives in Idaho in the summertime, and she's on her way back. A lot of people will have what they call a park model, which is a permanent it's not it's a permanent setup where they just have their home here, and then they drive their car back and forth to their home where in Wyoming or wherever. The people we bought the toy hauler off of bring it back and forth from Wyoming every year, and since they were getting older, they didn't want to pull the big trailer anymore, so they bought a park model, and so they could just drive their car back and forth to their home in Wyoming, and in the wintertime, come down to their home in Wickenburg. So it's, and that's how a lot of the RV parks down here survive. I don't know if that's how it is with any place else, like in Florida or Georgia or any place like that, Texas. is they have, something parked permanently in an RV park someplace, and then either drive their four-wheelers or bring their Class C's or B's or their adventure vans. But it gets expensive. I understand why a lot of people do it, because you're pulling a big old trailer and you're getting 5 miles to the gallon with your truck or whatever you're pulling it with, or your Class B or C, and the price of gas being $3 and up, and even the price of diesel. The price of diesel has been crazy here. One day you go past the truck stop up here at the end of town and it'll be $3.30 a gallon. The next day it'll be $1 more, and it's just, I don't know. Ever since that Chevron explosion in California, we've been getting a lot of. Well, hi Yellow Rose, good to see you. We've been getting a lot of fluctuation in our fuel prices here.
Yeah, we're just gonna stay over here because I'm liking hearing them from other names.
Well, right now we're on Mad Republic. We were kind of
Nowhere near as many rules.
We're merging Mad Republic and Oro Expeditions today. And I have been downloading our lives from TikTok, because they only hold the lives for 30 days and then they delete them. And I've been putting them over on Oro Expeditions because we've been going out to the gold claims and went down to the petroglyphs.
Pretty red dirt.
I'm pretty sure I actually got the petroglyph one
Red
too.
dirt. You see that in the can?
Yeah, to download. And that's another pain in the ass with TikTok, is they say, oh, download your live, and you try to download it and it won't work. So there's a lot of bugs going on right now with over on TikTok. So
Some think it's sold, and then the deal's done, this and that, and then you hear this on the news, but it ain't. Who knows? You got tired of worrying about it.
well, and the rules change every
Got
5
tired
minutes.
12-year-olds on my 18 plus profile too.
Yeah. Yeah, they say, well, if you're going to do like on YouTube, it says, is this made for children? And you say no.
That chance is gone.
And you have your profile over on TikTok set up to 18 plus, and the next thing you know, you got, well, I doubt it's a 12-year-old, but they presented themselves as a child and ask you. That's
another story.
Yeah, will you be my daddy?
Evan Kate, the robot.
Yeah, we have, and the bots. And I'm beginning to believe what you hear about 2/3 of the TikTok accounts are bots, so that it ups their numbers.
Well, yeah. And the bots are going to be able to say 2 billion people or around worldwide.
Well, we were never one to get on TikTok either, simply because it was Chinese. And we were looking at it from the standpoint, not from the standpoint of it being a social platform, but the possibility of income. And not easy income, but because when you get right down to it, they pretty much want you to spend your whole life sitting on their app doing their thing in order to make any revenue, which I'm sure that the people who are making, or say they're making, tens of thousands of dollars on the platform are basically 24/7. And we had a heck of a tragedy this summer in Phoenix. Apparently, a young woman who was pretty high up in TikTok, and they didn't say she was a social media influencer. They said she was a TikTok influencer, and doing very well. I mean, had a beautiful home in the affluent part of Phoenix, married, couple of kids, and her youngest son drowned in the pool because her husband was busy online and wasn't paying attention.
Social influence.
And he wasn't even doing so well. I guess it would make him money if he won, but he was placing a bet on something or other. So he was busy on his phone, not paying attention to the child, and the child fell in the pool and drowned. So, and you know, it reminds me of a song from the 60s, I think it was. It's called 2525. And, you know, it talks about how we'll all be affected by the machine. And then there's, of course, another song that says we're all prisoners here. Well, yeah, David Bowie says we're all prisoners here of our own device.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ziggy Stardust.
Yeah. Yeah, 2525 had us merged with the machine, and Ziggy Stardust said we were all prisoners.
Our own device.
So we had kind of stepped away from a lot of the media stuff.
2525, if man is still alive.
Yeah.
That means no, he's not. It's all machines.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of, and I just was thinking of it because they showed iRobot the other night on the Sci-Fi Channel, and
That's a good movie.
From Isaac Asimov's books about, well, iRobot.
Cody's trying to get a bed scratched in the ground.
Yeah, and it's too hard over here maybe to make a bed. But the central intelligence, and that I would say that would fall under synthetic intelligence as opposed to artificial intelligence.
They're probably already self-aware somewhere.
Yeah, the synthetic intelligence, and Vicky or whatever they called her decided that, you know, humans were no longer qualified to make decisions for themselves. That only
Yeah, man, you're quoting Terminator movies.
only the synthetic intelligence was intelligent enough to make decisions for everybody. So we're kind of going that way with the. I mean, they talked about in that betting thing that they had going on where they arrested those people with the contacts and
They keep shipping on it.
all that stuff. Well, yeah, it's going around the trailer.
Gotta beat it slow.
So we get a little bit closer to that Skynet, HAL, 2001 iRobot thing, as you know, and because they're starting younger and younger with, you know, giving your kids their phones and phones with the internet and whatnot, we're actually programming our kids that, you know, this is, you know, how it's going to be, and that you have to rely on whatever AI, chat GPT or whatever it is. You know, and they're coming out with new ones every day, and now you don't even have to be creative. I mean, it's bad enough there's no creativity left in Hollywood because everything is a reboot of something else, and because nobody has enough creativity to write a new movie or a new script, or it's all cookie cutter template. And this thing about people using AI to write their term papers, and I don't even remember what it was, but they said, well, this person tried to pass this fiction story off as their own work. And it was so bad and the giant, great big giant plot holes, and it was a disaster. So I said, well, either the person that wrote this was nearly illiterate, or it was a really stupid AI, which the AI for Google is pretty stupid. And some people like Grok, but a couple of times I've tried to use Grok, Grok was still pretty stupid too. So I imagine they probably have learned better since then, but the Genesis AI for Google is still terrible.
Right now, the majority AI is still bullshit in, bullshit out.
Yeah.
It's only as good as the developer that's building.
No, Yellow Rose, we're not using a tractor. We're using human power. Oro and I dig up the dirt, we classify the buckets, we load them in the truck.
Yeah, we'll do a live out there tomorrow on this.
Yeah. This is not a big enough operation down here to bring in a excavator or a backhoe, but we're hoping the one in Nevada will be one of these days. Soon.
This summer.
We have to.
We'll be getting gold on the property this summer.
Once winter goes away from Winnemucca, because winter in Winnemucca is kind of like winter in Garrett County, with just a little bit less snow.
Probably colder and windier.
We're going to be working out some living arrangements, find a place to live that has a couple of modern conveniences like water and septic.
Yeah.
And they showed last year at the Gold Show this really great machine that we'd like to get a hold of. It's called a super dry washer, a gold digger. And it's simple, easy to use, and it's that step, it's one step past recreational, and it's like a small commercial operation.
Well, you get in the right dirt, you can get a couple ounces a day.
Yeah.
It'll move enough dirt. It'll move tons of dirt instead of shovels full.
Oh, you need to talk.
Okay. Yeah, the gold digger is something else. It's one-man operation if you got the right equipment to go with it. You gotta have if you have the small one, you gotta have a mini backhoe, a mini excavator, I mean. The one that's pretty good size. And you need a 5,000 watt generator to run the air pumps. And that's it. And when you do it right out here, you're in a wash. You got a wash cleaned up. You dig the bottom of the wash out down the bedrock and work your way up the wash, and you do your reclamating back behind you down the wash, put all your stuff that's been run, your tailings and everything on the downside, and dig on the upside for the gold. Works out real good. If you get in the right wash, there's a lot of gold in it. A lot of gold. We're hoping this one here, what we're working with, it had a pretty good. We were basically working mostly surface stuff last year in this same dirt. We wasn't digging as deep as what we have with this. This is older dirt too. We dug a hole up on the bench. You'll see that tomorrow. We get tuned in up there tomorrow. Might be somewhere about, I don't know, 2 o'clock on the East Coast. We go live up there. Depends on what time we get up there. We're on Pacific time, so gotta add 3 hours. Let's get this bucket there, and we're gonna find out if there's anything in it.
back. Well, you didn't have to get up, bub.
I just finished up by the time I'm going to be live up there tomorrow, probably about 2 p.m. Eastern. It'll be 11 our time.
Yeah. Yeah, we keep saying we're going to get out in the desert early.
It might be earlier than that, so stay tuned about noon. We need to get out there and get enough work done where we're tired without being in the heat.
Yeah.
Still getting in the 90s out here in the daytime.
But we do take the canopy with us, and we always make sure we take plenty of water for us and the dogs. Rock lays under the canopy in the shade, and Coda hunts for lizards under the creosote bushes. Yeah, Yellow Rose, we do okay for a couple old fogies digging dirt.
Bite your tongue, what is it? 60's the new 40.
Yeah, 60s is the new 40.
It's a gold mine. Gold mine to keep you young.
I know the lady that lives across the street, she certainly is a firm believer in keeping active. She's on the go all the time.
Put the painting tubs on the other side. You have to bring the camera over there.
I can do that.
Put that running there.
Yeah, but that was only one. Is one bucket going to be enough for a test?
Yeah, I want to see if each one, because each one's a different depth. That last black one was the deepest stuff.
Yeah. Okay, the one you just did or that one?
The one I just did shallow.
Yeah.
The white one's in the middle.
Yeah, well, that's true to get a.
Because the right side was deeper than the rest of it.
Yeah. Well, we want to
Black
see.
one there is up from the right side.
We want to see if there was anything under that big rock that we took out, or if it's up in the wall. If it's up in the wall, we'll have to change how we're digging. Yeah, occasionally we find some nice gemmy looking stones. There's a lot of chalcedony out here, a lot of pile of jasper and agate, and a lot of them are kind of rough looking till you get them polished up. There's places to find geodes. They have what they call desert crystals out here. There's several locations.
Yeah, that's what they use in 5-gallon busted water cup for.
Yeah. There's, well, as long as it's got a bottom in it. There's a place not too far from here they call Crystal Mountain. In fact, there's GPAA has one of their claims down there. We have to go down and fix the road before we can get to it,
Yeah,
though.
it might be that more than that one spot, too.
Yeah.
I hope it ain't. It could be.
But the rain that we had in from the 2 hurricanes that came through, or tropical storms, I forget which they were when they got here, but we got a good bit of rain and the washes were filling up. So we have a lot of the roads that we use to get in to the different claims
Little bitty pieces in there.
have to be fixed before we can get into the one down near Crystal Mountain.
A little too big.
A friend of ours bought some claims up on the one set of mountains here, and we can't get into it at all either. We can only get so far in because the roads need fixed.
Oh yeah, the bandit's fixed.
Yeah, and they're out on Bureau of Land Management ground, so
You put 3 or 4 people up there working for a week to fix it without a bandit.
yeah, Bureau of Land Management doesn't fix the roads. So if you're not in a, we can't take a side-by-side because we can't fit our equipment, or side-by-side's not big enough to fit the equipment in. So, and the dogs. So we end up taking the pickup, and the washes have washed out bad enough. that we have to go in and do a little road work before we can get to the gold claims. Do I have a rock tumbler? No, that's something that we're going to be looking into now that we've gotten most of our gold equipment. We were, in fact, we were talking about it yesterday about getting rock saws, a rock saw, because we find a lot of good-looking rocks that it would be nice to see the middle of, to see if they happen to have a gold vein going through the middle of them, so that they make nice specimens, and you can get more for specimen rocks than you can for gold sometimes, depending on the specimen, because we have a lot of gold on quartz out here. But we also, if you go up around Kingman, they have fire opal up there.
Yeah, we're gonna hit that.
Just trying to think of, there's
Not to live by us, the city, we're gonna be going after more of it too.
yeah, there's obsidian out here. We have about 30 pounds of it we've got for sale right now.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of people out here that do lapidary work and metal work, and that's some of the vendors that are here from November till March. They bring their stuff here, and then from January 1st to March 15th, there's a section of town out here called Desert Gardens, and it's all rocks and gems. And they're just now starting to move in out there, but they have a daily rock and gem show, and there's actually one rock shop. Well, there's a lot of rock shops around town that are here all year round. And did you get that bottom tray, or you think it's just all?
There's any water wasn't enough to get it down there. I don't think. Barely enough water to get dirt down.
But then a lot of them, let's see, what is it, in February, I think, is the Tucson Gem Show. It's one of the biggest gem shows around. And a lot of the vendors go to that. They'll shut down their booths for a week or 10 days, whatever it is, over there at Tucson, and go to the Tucson Gem Show. So yeah, we have a lot of, between what's found in here in Oregon, we got a lot of, we have a lot of people that find some really cool sunstones in Oregon, and so we pretty much have access to about whatever you can think up here. There's a shop. Oh, is that the one that's already got the hole in it? Oh yeah, I see it.
Look at the heart.
Yeah.
It's a heart.
Yeah, that's what the sun does to plastic.
That old Bubby a heart, didn't he? Yeah, that old Bubby man look at him heart right there.
And in fact, I think they have a website, but it's called Gem World, and it's just like a great big barn with nothing but sheds that has all different kinds of spheres and statues and ropes of different types of gemstones that have been tumbled. And they say if you can't find it in quartzsite in the wintertime, you don't need it.
Probably doesn't exist. Vendors here from all over the world. But there will be about 1st December.
We have black right now. I know there's, we went through we went through the Lassen National Park the volcanic park when we were going back and forth between, whoa, hold still there, between Nevada and California. And they have a house. It was the Lassen's house, and the first seismograph that measures earthquakes is in a building there, and it still works. And the whole house, the fence around the house, it's all rock, and it's got different types of obsidian. It's got snowflake, it's got black, it's got mahogany, it's got rainbow. It's just fantastic. Yeah, they're real reason. I like Gem World because their prices are real reasonable on their spheres. Because a lot of times people will overprice those. But see, I think they're going to be here November 15th. I think they're going to open up. But a lot of them are opening the 1st of November. I guess Dustin's full-time work job starts back on the 1st of November too. He's been helping a lot of the vendors set up and get going, and it kind of goes along with I know there was a couple of vendors that said they weren't coming until after the gem show in Tucson, and a couple that said they were only staying here long enough until the gem show at Tucson. So it's going to be a real iffy year here, I think, and there's been a lot of people talking about the glut on the RV market because, well, in the wintertime everybody has an RV show out here. They have 2 or 3 of them going on in Phoenix all the time. There's one outfit here that they actually have like a circuit. It's almost like a circus type thing. They actually have a circuit that they make going from town to town.
Telling you. FaceTime, good stuff.
Yeah. With their RV shows.
I mean, no matter with this on these platforms.
So you can go, they have the one here, then when they get done here, they go north to Parker, and then they go to north to Lake Havasu, up to Kingman, over to Flagstaff, back down to
Tucson.
Back to Tucson, and back to Phoenix. And so that's...
Yeah, the word has it, if you look at YouTube videos, they may sell them brand new ones.
Well, they've had a lot of
It's supposed to be a big crash.
During the whole pandemic thing, when there was, everybody was buying an RV to go RVing, and they could work remotely, and they were slapdashing them together. They had a lot of problems with the wiring and the plumbing and the slides, and I mean, it was almost better to have an older one than to have a newer one, since he's out wandering around. And yeah, you don't want to go anywhere out here without your handy dandy hat. Sunburnt to my nose and the tips of my ears enough. As much as I have never been one for hats, I wear them out here all the time. But yeah, so probably from the 21 models to the 25 models, they've had a lot of problems with them. And
you got all of it out of this?
Yeah, I got it. I got everything out of there.
Pretty bowl full of bank tank. You gotta get that out and do with the rest of it.
Yes.
The big oranges up in the weird mug. Here they can see it there.
There it is. Magnetite.
A lot of black sand.
Lots and lots of magnetite and hematite.
There it is. All that stuff is has enough iron content in it to be magnet for a magnet to pick it up.
Yeah, it's all magnetic.
Called magnetite, ironite, different stuff. It's all
Yeah,
different. It's
you
all
know, Gem World they have good inventory. They have good, or I haven't see. I shopped there last year. They have good prices. If you do a lot of, beading and stuff like that. Also, there's a place in Grants Pass, Oregon called Fire Mountain Gems. They have a lot of reasonably priced semi-precious stones. So we always, that's another one that I look at whenever I'm looking to buy something like that. If I can't get with people in person to have them. But that's why I like to go to over to Desert Gardens in the wintertime here. You're working on making a mess, aren't you? Hey, Dustin. Good to see you. I figured you'd be out helping people out today. We drove by yesterday when we come back in from the desert on the way to the store. Noticed a couple more people coming in. Sitting over here in the shade, there's a nice breeze. I can take my hat off. Yeah, there's some guys that come here every year from Arkansas. We actually bought a box of quartz off of them last year or the year before. It's getting so I can't remember if it's been 1 year or 2 years because we're working on our third winter. But yeah, they bring some really nice stones from Arkansas. We'd like to. There's a couple of new quartz farms. One's called, they're on Facebook, it's Willie Rickard Rock Farm. It's in Perone, Arizona. And they're not a commercial operation like some of the big mines around Mount Ida and stuff. They're strictly, it's a family farm that's in the quartz belt in Arkansas, and you go out on the farm and dig crystal. They're not a commercial operation that sells it to the computer industry where they've mined it with track hose all week, and then in the weekends they let the public come in and play in the tailing piles. This place actually lets you get out and dig where the quartz points are, and they're pulling some monster pieces out. And so that's something that we want to do the next time we head back east. But we got some news when we were home, or we were back in Maryland in August.
Did you say monster pieces again? There's a couple over here. There's a nice one there.
Yeah, you can see them with your naked eyeball. That's big pieces.
There's 20 pieces in there out of one bucket.
You say that was the deep bucket?
Yeah. No, deep bucket's one over at the block. This one's the left bucket. By your boulder.
Yeah.
Yep, that looks good. That looks real good for 3/4 of a bucket. Classified down to 1/4 inch.
Well, you and Ron want to go out back to Arkansas and dig for yourself, Yellow Rose. That Willie Rickard, they only charge $30 a day.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And
that's around in Mount Ida.
You can get some monster points.
Mount Ida's commercialized compared to that.
I mean, I like Ron Coleman. They have a lot of good stuff. They have a lot of Phantom.
Well, you can buy his stuff out here.
Yeah, well, yeah, he has
He's
a booth
got
out here.
museum pieces out here
Yeah.
for sale.
I mean, you can out here. You can buy pieces that
Well, yeah, I don't think he's out yet. Okay.
no, that you can hold in the palm of your hand, up to pieces that would fit in the bed of a pickup truck.
Yeah, anyway, Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine the work that they clean something like that up.
Well, that guy over there on 95 on Central Avenue that's been here since dirt was old.
Dirt is young.
Yeah, well, I know.
I mean, dirt was young.
When dirt was young, yeah. And he's got 55-gallon barrels all through his lot with quartz piled on top of them, and some of them are as big as the top of a bucket.
You can go out here with a 5-gallon bucket, get in these washes, and walk. And you'll easily find quartz and other rocks. I'm not going to say just quartz, other rocks too, with gold that's inside of them microscopic. You also find a few that have gold that you can see. That's called free gold that you can see in the rock. And if you're real lucky, it's been known down here in these Sonoran desert washes. You can be walking around and kick the right piece of sand and kick up a nugget.
Yeah.
But you want to have a metal detector for that stuff.
Yeah.
Which we're going to be getting into that this between now and 1st of January. Everything's before the 1st of January.
Yeah. Yellow Rose, it's Willie. First name Willie. Last name Rickard. Rickard. They have a Facebook page, and it's the Willie Rickard Rock Farm. And they post pictures of all their digs. They take snapshots of the digs and show the stones and the group going out. And, you prepare yourself for hiking and digging rock.
Dirty work.
Yeah, dirty work. Bring your knee pads, bring you a cushion to sit on, because you're going to be working in and around boulders. Bring your gloves and your digging tools, your picks, your shovel, all your 2 sizes of shovels, your picks, your rock bars, which are iron bars that weigh about 30 pounds. But bring your digging tools, plus you need your screwdriver and for your little work, so you don't damage your points too bad. So, and a bucket with newspapers or bubble wrap or something like that to wrap your points in, so they make the trip home.
Basically, you roll that packing paper like you got.
Yeah.
The craft store or whatever.
That the real dense white packing material that comes on a roll, that'd be good to protect your points. That's right, starts with a pan, ends with a pan. This was just one bucket that we got.
It's amazing, man, dude.
And get my hat. I'm going to be in the sun.
There's 1, 2,
3.
3. There is gonna be more in this.
Yeah, it slides under the magnetite. Holy cow, that's practically a picker in Arizona.
This is 1 3/4 5-gallon bucket.
Yeah.
And there's 3 large pieces, probably 4 or 5 ones you can barely see.
Yeah, it's not all of them.
4 pieces, that's all I need to see for that much gold.
Yeah, that's a
that
good
much dirt.
hole.
We need to bring a pickup load of it home. No, we don't, because there'll be that much crap I gotta haul back out to the wash. Crap what's in the bottom of that tub over there.
Yeah, the slurry.
It's nasty stuff too. There's a little sample of red dirt right there in the old bed.
Yeah, there's our dry
Gold
washer
in
and our canopy and
That's pretty. The amount of dirt that we bring. And also, I don't know if I need to check the tailings on that gold cube or not. Caught that.
no, you shouldn't need to check
The water was
tails.
low.
Yeah.
I don't know if the water low would float bigger flakes off or not. Yeah, that dry.
It's all right.
We got more gold in that pan right there than we did in that second run with that.
Yeah.
For an hour or 2 hours.
But we're going to try and make this a regular habit.
Oh yeah. Go run some more dirt.
Yeah. Got to go get
I
some.
gotta figure out the problem.
Yeah.
Might just be because it's old.
I want to appreciate everybody that stopped by. We'll try and get a little more notice out next time. When we're
Yeah, I know.
well, when you're just going from platform to platform, seeing which one you can get to work, it's on the phone. It's you never know which one you're going to show up on. So until tomorrow.
Would you show them that?
No. We're owning these rocks.
Mm-hmm. A couple different samples there. Purple quartz.
Oh, that's antique glass.
Antique glass. That's up at Dun Glen.
Yeah, it's up in Nevada on the property.
That's 1800 glass, late 1800s. Oh. What is it if it does this?
But it's not turquoise. It's
Starts with a C, ends with an R. Pure copper.
yeah. Yeah, that's a chunk of copper.
That was one we found in some tall stuff.
Yeah, gold rides an iron horse and wears a copper hat.
And as long as you use the word gold in your titles, you need to shut this off because we might get somebody in here that knows what it is and wants it.
Yes, it's a plasma 40 emission spectrometer that we have for sale along with the Pure Guard gas purifier that goes with it.
And the tank bar.
We have it listed on eBay right now. It'll soon be
Not
on.
the total gym.
No, not the Total Gym. There's a
So
bottle of argon sitting there. But we appreciate everybody. Thanks for joining us. And we're trying to remember the time difference so that we do this at a...
we gotta do like the breakfast time and gallows after lunch.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll just get up from the breakfast table and they'll be getting up from lunch.
We're gonna probably pull evening on in, do some reading. And everybody likes reading.
Yeah, well, let's see, that'd be like 5 o'clock here.
Yeah.
It would be 8 o'clock there, so probably 5 or
7
6. Yeah.
Except for Mama Jan and a couple others.
Yeah. But until next time, be safe, be blessed.
Got gold?
More later.
Or later.